Title: Did wolves change the stages of human evolution? The domestication paradox. The dog is the first domesticated animal in human history, and by a significant margin. Every other animal we domesticate, cattle, sheep, pigs, horses, we domesticated after we became farmers. Dogs we domesticated tens of thousands of years before agriculture existed. While we were still hunter-gatherers, still living in small mobile groups, still making stone tools by hand. That timing is not a coincidence. It is a clue. And when you follow the clue all the way back, you find something that most accounts of human evolution leave out entirely: the possibility that wolves did not just become our companions, but helped make us who we are. The domestication of the dog happened somewhere between 15,000 and 40,000 years ago. The exact date is disputed, and probably always will be, because the transition from wolf to proto-dog was gradual and left ambiguous signatures in the fossil record. The genetic evidence currently points toward ancient North Eurasians in Siberia as the most likely source population, with domestication beginning perhaps 26,000 years ago. But the broader picture is clearer than the specific date. At some point during the Upper Paleolithic, a population of wolves began spending time near human camps. They were not tamed. They were not captured. The leading hypothesis is that the process was voluntary, at least on the wolves' side. Certain individuals within wolf populations, those with less fear of humans and greater tolerance for proximity, began scavenging from human refuse and fire sites. These individuals survived and reproduced. Their offspring were slightly less fearful. Over generations, natural and sexual selection shaped an animal that was progressively more comfortable around humans, better at reading human social signals, and eventually indispensable. This is called the commensal pathway. The wolves who hung around human camps got reliable food. The humans got an early warning system. Wolves are extraordinarily sensitive to sound and smell, alert to intrusion across a wide perimeter, and instinctively communicative about threats. A camp with proto-dogs at the edge was a camp that predators and enemy groups could not approach silently. The cost to the humans was scraps. The benefit was a perimeter alarm system that never slept. But the relationship deepened faster than a simple security arrangement would suggest. The cognitive changes in domesticated dogs are remarkable. Dogs are the only non-human animal that consistently looks to human faces for social and informational cues in the way that human infants do. Wolves, including wolves raised by humans from birth, do not do this. At some point in the domestication process, dogs developed an orientation toward human attention that has no precedent in the animal kingdom. They track human gaze. They follow human pointing gestures. They seek human approval. They appear to have hijacked the social bonding mechanisms that wolves use within their own packs and redirected them toward humans. And humans, apparently, redirected similar mechanisms back. The oxytocin studies are strange and telling. When a dog and its human owner make eye contact, both the human and the dog experience spikes in oxytocin, the hormone associated with social bonding, attachment, and trust in humans. The same hormonal response that evolved to bond human mothers to their infants and human individuals to their closest social partners is activated by looking at a dog, and the dog experiences it too. This is not training. This is a biochemical loop that evolved over tens of thousands of years of cohabitation, and it runs in both directions. What did this do to humans? Paleoanthropologist Pat Shipman proposed what she called the animal connection hypothesis, the idea that humans uniquely extensive relationships with other animals, beginning with the wolf dog, altered human cognitive and social development in ways that contributed to the behavioral modernity of Homo sapiens. The capacity to read animal behavior, to predict it, to form functional alliances with other species, This required and may have reinforced the same theory of mind capacities that underlie human language, social complexity, and planning. The wolf dog was not just a tool. It was a cognitive challenge and a social mirror. The hunting implications alone are significant. Human hunters operating with dogs have access to a completely different set of strategies than human hunters alone. Dogs can track by scent over distances and terrain that human eyes cannot navigate. They can run prey over distances that would exhaust a human. They can hold prey at bay, cornering it, harassing it, until the human with the projectile weapon arrives. The combination of human strategic intelligence and projectile technology, with canine tracking and endurance, creates a hunting partnership that is qualitatively different from either component operating independently. This matters in the context of what was happening to the megafauna of the late Pleistocene, and to the other human populations sharing the landscape. Neanderthals coexisted with modern humans for thousands of years, and then disappeared. The causes of Neanderthal extinction are still debated, but one hypothesis that has attracted serious attention is that modern humans, with proto-dogs, had a decisive competitive advantage in hunting, able to extract protein from the landscape more efficiently, to track and bring down prey that had previously been inaccessible, to outcompete other predators including Neanderthals for carcasses and kills. Neanderthals, based on the current evidence, did not domesticate wolves. They shared the landscape with them but did not form the alliance. That asymmetry, if the hypothesis holds, may have been one of the most consequential differences in the history of our species. The paradox at the center of all this is the direction of causality. We tend to assume that humans domesticated wolves, that we made a deliberate choice to bring them into our social world. But the evidence suggests that the initial phase was almost entirely driven by wolf behavior, not human intention. The wolves that became dogs were the wolves that chose proximity. The humans may have initially simply tolerated this, and the relationship developed from there. The domestication ran in both directions. Wolves became dogs, but humans also changed. We became an animal that forms attachment bonds with other species. We became an animal that treats other animals as social partners, rather than purely as prey or threat. We became, in some respects, more domesticated ourselves. The dog preceded the cat, the cow, the horse, and every crop we ever planted. It was the first experiment in cross-species cohabitation, and it worked so well that it has lasted 40,000 years without interruption. Whatever the precise mechanism, whether the wolf-dog relationship changed human hunting success, or human social cognition, or human range and survival rates, the fact remains that the first major relationship in human history after our own social bonds was with a predator we converted into a partner, and the predator helped